open. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to enter the room and we're going to ask the patient's name and their birth date, which is our 2 identifiers. Then we're also going to ask them if they have any allergies, especially to latex or iodine, because those are some of the solutions we're going to be using. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check the doctor's orders to make sure, this is the thing that's ordered appropriately. And then I'm going to explain to the patient the steps of what we're going to be doing. I'm going to tell them that we're going to be doing this catheterization due to urinary retention or some other factors. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my patient's in the right position. I'm going to have them leaning back and with their knees up, with their feet flat on the ground. If they're unable to do that, another position we can do is have them go on their side and put their knees up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give them privacy, and I'm going to take their blanket and I'm going to fold the blanket up to expose the area that we're going to be working with. I'm also going to make sure before I do that, I'm going to sanitize my hands. At this point, I'm also going to sanitize again, so I'll sanitize, and I'm going to don procedure gloves. Then we also want to make sure the area is clean, and what we're going to use wipes, and we're going to make sure that we clean the outer first. So we're going to go from this way, from the front to the back. And then on this side, we're going to go from the front to the back as well. And then we're going to do one more wipe, which is going to be right down the middle to make sure everything's clean. After we're done with that, I'm going to get rid of these procedure gloves. I'm going to perform hand hygiene. And now we're going to open up our kit. And when opening the kit, you always want to make sure that you're only touching the outermost parts of the kit so that you're not exposing anything on the inside. Now I'm going to open up my sterile gloves. And again, you always want to make sure you're only touching the outside of your gloves. You don't want to touch anything on the inside due to contamination. As well as only touching the inside portion of the gloves. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our drape out and we're going to let it fall open. And we're going to make sure that shiny sign's up, and we're going to place it under, which we should really have this a little bit further. I just don't have a whole lot of room I'm working with. We're going to place this under. Another thing that we're going to do, which I don't have, is the drape that you set on top, which just exposes the area that we'll be working with. The next step is we're going to open our iodine and beta swabs. And we're going to make sure that we feel for where the stick is. So the stick's up here. We're going to kind of squeeze a little bit off. And again, when we're doing this, we're going to go towards the outside first. I'm going to go with I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go on the left side. And the outside again. And then one right down the middle. You want to make sure you're really getting these areas good. I'm going to discard that. Now we're going to open our sterile lube. I'm going to put some of that on here. Kate? And then we're going to put our collection device on our sterile area. So then as we're inserting the urine, we'll go into our container. So you want to start about 2 inches from there and have it wrapped around your hand. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spread the area so we're able to get in the right area. So I'm going to use these 2 fingers and I'm going to spread apart. And now this hand is considered non-sterile, so I need to make sure I'm not touching anything else with this hand. And now I can see the urinary meatus, so I'm going to go ahead and insert. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to also tell my patient to press down like they're trying to urinate. And I'm going to go in about 3 inches. And once I get a flashback of urine, I'm going to insert another inch. And then I'm going to go ahead and let that urine collect into the tube. Once all of the urine is collected in the container, I'm going to instruct the patient that we are now finished, and we are going to be removing. So as I'm removing, I'm going to remove slowly. I'm going to now discard the catheter. I'm going to set our collection off on the side. And now I'm going to go ahead and take this and I'm going to wipe our patient down so they're nice and clean. I'm going to give them privacy to get themselves back together. I'm also discard my sterile gloves, perform hand hygiene, and that is how you insert a urinary catheter.